Mind your tongue when you speak to me, you worthless scum! Sorry, but I can't risk any nosy antennae catching me asking for your help. Just stand there and look cow. That's perfect. Vasivika, the Spirit Breaker, is supposed to interrogate the merchants to root out information on fifth column activity. But what she is doing is threatening to report the merchants, guilty or not, unless they give her bribes. I'd be branded a traitor if I reported my commanding officer. That's why I need you to stop her, and discreetly. Vasivika's house is just over there. Confront her inside. Just don't mention my name.
What are you doing in my home? What? Who told you? Well, so what if I am stealing? What are you going to do about it? You're right, Spellbinder. I was wrong to abuse my power. I see that now. Here's everything I took from the merchants. Just please don't tell my commanding officer, okay?
I thought I told you to never show your face around here again. What do you want? Sorry. Did you convince Vazivica to stop abusing the merchants? You did? And you recovered all the stolen goods? Great job! Oops, great job. I knew I was right to trust you with this, despite what they say about your fifth column leanings. Truly, your honor knows no bounds. Might I call upon that honor one last time? I didn't anticipate that Vazivica would turn over all her ill-gotten goods. We have to do the right thing and return them. No one can know I was involved with any part of this, so you'll have to return everything on your own. It'll be obvious which items came from which merchant. Just try to be discreet about it, okay?
Yes, may I help you? Why, I recognize this. It's the ring recipe I had to give to that crooked Vazivica. Thank you.
Looking for the best housing item recipes at the best prices in all of Sardonyx? What? You have an item for me? How did you get this? You've put an end to Vazivica's thieving ways? Marvelous.
Is Vazivica no longer content with our agreement? Is she demanding more now? You've put an end to Vazivica's extortion? Oh, how good of you to help us merchants like this. I can't thank you enough.
Where did you get this site? What happened to Vazivica? You shut down her extortion racket? I really wish you hadn't done that.
What is it now, stranger? Can't you see I'm busy? Were the merchants pleased to have their items back? What? One was actually angry with you? I wonder why. Well, I'm happy you and I were able to put aside any differences we may have and do the right thing for the merchants. Thank you. Now move along, stranger. I don't care about your missing sweet roll.
Well, if it isn't the righteous and honorable Spellbinder. Here to cause more trouble? Sorry. I know you didn't mean to. While Vazivica was greedily taking bribes, she wasn't focused on finding information on the fifth column. Now she'll be watching. I relied on Vazivica being too distracted to pay me any mind. I smuggled weapons out of the Diabolica garrison to my hunter sisters. They say you're a friend. Prove it. Sneak in through the back and steal some weapons, then pass them to the people on this list.
You're relieved to find the weapons unguarded. Too good to be true?
Hey, you're not the regular delivery person. Where's Alicia? Are you trying to steal those weapons? Surrender, thief!
Of course it was too good to be true. Better make quick work of the guards before they sound the alarm.
What's all this then? Who are you? Oh, a delivery from Cilicia. I understand. Thank you. Run along now before anyone sees.
What? Special delivery from Cilicia? Oh, wow! Thanks!
Well, well, I see Cilicia hired someone to make deliveries. Glad to have you on our side, Spellbinder. Thank you.
Any trouble getting the weapons? No? Good. And you made all the deliveries. Very good. You've got honor, Spellbinder. I'm proud to call you a friend. The fifth column always looks out for its friends.
Spellbinder, one of our fifth column warrior sisters, Zudica the Greenclaw, has become overzealous in her thirst for revolution. Her aim reaches higher than just overthrowing the Shadow Queen. She means to become the new queen of Khrysalis herself. For us to have any hope against the Shadow, we must be at our full strength. We need Zudica and her followers. Unfortunately, she misinterprets our pleas for unity as us belittling her. But you pose no threat to her. Could you go to her domicile and convince Zudica and her followers to reinvest their loyalty in the fifth column?
Greetings, Spellbinder. Come to join my ranks? No, you don't think I'm a better leader than that Umbra reject Zelda? Guess I'll just have to show you how powerful I am. To me, warrior daughters, break the Spellbinder! If I can't defeat a lowly, mandibleless spellbinder, how could I hope to defeat the Shadow Queen? Listen, everyone. My head was too big for my thorax. I alone cannot lead us to victory. Our only hope to break the yoke of the Shadow Queen depends on the strength of the fifth column. They must have our full support.
Were you successful in your attempt to quell Zudika's delusions of grandeur? Excellent. We'd much rather see Zudika and her followers beside us than crushed under our boots. Thank you for your assistance.
Spellbinder. When I was abducted, I saw one of Dreppa's goons, Torek Wilted-Bloom, steal a very important book, the Onyx Compendium. The Onyx Compendium is a collection of ancient stories and legends collected and curated by the monks of my order. I believe I found passages that shed doubt on the Shadow Queen's claim to the title of Chosen One. If the Umbra Legion destroys this book, they'll not only destroy our history, but possibly our future. Will you help? Battle the Night Feeders until they tell you where Torek is. Then get the Onyx Compendium back. We can't lose our history.
He's been holed up in his home near the market for days. Find him and die, Shadowblight. How dare you barge in here and interrupt my reading? And look, you've made me lose my place! You'll pay for your rudeness! Give up! Take the Onyx Compendium! It's too wordy for me anyhow! It never gets to the point!
You got the Onyx Compendium back! You've done a great service to me, and to the history of Sardonyx. In fact, I'd say your service deserves at least a footnote in the Onyx Compendium. Do excuse me now. I've got some writing to do.
I need help, Spellbinder, and you are the only person with the distinction and the benevolence to do what I need done. My only daughter, Zorelia the Running One, has this fool's notion that she is destined to serve in the Umbra Legion. As we speak, she is at home training because she plans to run off to the Hive as a tribute. Not that I think she's incapable, far from it, but I do not think the cause is just. She won't listen to my objections, but she might trust someone as powerful and experienced as you. Please talk to her.
Yes, make it quick. What's that? Not join the Umbra Legion? You sound like my mother. Wait a second. I bet you're one of those vile fifth-column rebel spies, aren't you? Turning you in would gain me much favor with the Umbra Legion. Surrender, you rebel scum! You've won this round, rebel. But you can't stop me from becoming a tribute. It's my destiny. I'm going to the Hive right now, and they're going to train me to be a deadly warrior. And then we'll have a rematch.
Zarelia's run off to the Hive? But I was foolish to think you could convince her to abandon her dream of being a tribute. Thank you for trying, but please, leave a grieving mother alone with her sorrow.
Spellbinder, I need your help. Riptide Goliaths stole my pets and left their salty sea stink all over my tent. There are 3 total. 1 beautiful dragonfly, a majestic beetle, and the cuddliest tarantula hawk you've ever seen. Please rescue my beloved pets from those disgusting Riptide thugs.
Dragonfly pet, bit more annoying than you. Weasel, run away. Tarantula hawk, fly into that unlocked house.
I suppose you've come for the Tarantula Hawk. Well, you can't have her. She's my new pet now.
I've named her baby Abby.
No, the only person in the wrong here is you, Spellbinder. You are trespassing, and for that, you must pay. I don't care if Chaz the Whatever-Face was her rightful owner. She flew into my house, so by rights, she's mine now. Finders keepers.
Okay. You win, Spellbinder. It's not right for me to keep baby Abby. You can take her back to her owner. Wait, where did she go? She was just right here. We have to find her. I'll check the docks. You go see if she flew back home.
Oh, Spellbinder. You found my sweet little dragonfly and my precious baby beetle. And look who came home all by herself. Who's a good girl? Huh? Who's a good widow to Angela Hawk? That's right. Lady Miriam is. She's my good widow to Angela Hawk. I'm overjoyed to have all my beloved pets back, Spellbinder. If you ever need pet snacks, come see me.
Did you know that the Conda cactus plant is an excellent source of thirst-drowning water? Most of the easy-get cacti have already been paw-picked, but there are still some round the dunes where our blood foes hop. While you're hopping through the desert, could you paw-pick some Conda cacti for me? These cacti should provide us with enough thirst-drowning water to last us many hops. Thank you, Spellbinder.
Spellbinder, I was deep digging for ore when I was ambushed by common killers. I barely hopped away with my life. But I wasn't able to hop away with my ore axe. Could you harrow the common killers and get it back for me? Thank you. Oh, and Spellbinder, Don't give him any soft heart. They won't give any to you.
Stole the Fuzzy One's Orax. Relor is excavating Alluvium Cave right now. Go pick on him. You're the tallest hopper I've ever seen. And where's all your fur? What's that? No, you can't have my Orax. I stole it fair and square. You giant hairless hoppers sure are rude. I think I need to teach you some manners. you're rude, but your giant hairless hoppers are feisty. Here, take the fuzzy little one's Orax and leave me be!
My Orax! Thank you, Spellbinder! I would dig another day! You hop a dangerous path, Spellbinder. Edwin the Arcane Architect hopes you grok how cut your throat the danger is. If you desire a true sight of the Shadow Queen's terrible bite-your-tail power, hop careful-like into the Sands of Time cave. The Spellbinder may face-to-face the fatal sounds of broken dreams. Just don't hop into the fire!
Hello? Is someone there? Stop! Don't touch me! Why have you hopped here? You were sent to face the terrible might of the Shadow Queen? Then I am your view to a curse. When the Shadow Queen came to grok the Solar Ark, I questioned her right to visit the sacred shrine. With a flick of her furless finger, she cast the same fate upon me that she cast upon the forest, a never-die life of sand. Everything I touch turns to sand, and I will never grok the sweet gift of death. No hopper can break the Shadow Queen's curse, so I must live here in this cave, alone, for all eternity.
You wonder aloud if the Moth Priestess, Logan Spiral Glider, might know of a way to break the curse.
You grok your Moth Priestess friend can break this curse? Please, you must ask her.
Can I be of service to you, Spellbinder? Help with an ancient curse? Everything turns to sand, you say? I see. Yes, I believe I know of an elixir that will lift the wretched creature's curse, but I lack the proper ingredients. You will have to bring them to me. First, gather plumeria blossoms from the Garden of Vida in Sardonyx. Then, you will need to wrestle away some of the weeping stones the common killers chew to stay hydrated in the Konda Desert. Did you get the missing elixir ingredients? Good, let me have them. Give me a moment to grind the plumeria blossoms in. There we are. Now to extract a few tears from the weeping stones. Done. Here, take this elixir to your poor sandy friend.
The Moth Priestess groks this elixir will break my curse? Hand it to me! Quick, quick! Wait! Don't hand it to me! I don't want the elixir to turn into sand! You'll have to drip it to me!
As you pour the elixir into Duran's mouth, the dusty haze around him lifts, and a light returns to his eyes.
I feel clean. Did it work? Spellbinder, hand me the empty elixir bottle. It didn't turn to sand. We've broken the Shadow Queen's curse. I owe you 200 seasons worth of thanks.
Life in the desert is not an easy one. A hard fight for resources is a constant hop. The biggest life need being water. The tool I use to water farm, my dowsing rod, was hard taken from me by a pack of ruthless Deathstalkers. Can you harrow the Deathstalkers for my dowsing rod? Quick, quick, before I die of Sandmouth.
Yeah! You can have the dowsing rod. It's all out of water.
My dowsing rod! Thank you so much, Spellbinder. I will die another day, but it won't be from Sandmouth.